Alright, I'm JBR3 Collector, back with another tier ranking video. This time, it's a much shorter list. We're going to be ranking all the figures that use the Pizza Spidey body mold. There's actually a way less times that this body mold's been used compared to the Bucky Cap body. So we have like approximately 35-ish reuses of this body. So we'll start here. First off, before it was called the Pizza Spidey body, it was the Superior Spider-Man body. And that was used one time on Superior Spider-Man here. And then it was never touched again. The arms and legs were reused over and over, but the torso itself was never touched again. But because the whole body mold was like killed off, I'm putting it in D, even though really it's not that bad. On average, the Pizza Spidey body has actually had much better usage than the Bucky Cat body. I'd say there are very few like bottom tier uses of this body. So we'll continue on here. I'm gonna go random. I'm not gonna do it in order. So next we have, let's pull up Vulture here. This is Vulture from the 2-pack with the Ultimate Spider-Man. This is Ultimate Vulture. Now this is another figure that uses the arms and legs from Pizza Spidey, but not the torso. I think it, even though I'm not a fan of this Vulture design, the figure itself is actually good. The wings suck. The wing, like, which it's Vulture, so that brings it down a bit. But like the sculpting and stuff on this body, I think is actually decent. So I'm gonna put it in C tier just because it's a figure that no one really even cares for anyways. So it's not super sought after. Another random one here. I'll choose an actual Pizza Spidey body this time. We'll choose Ant-Man here. This is supposed to be Hank Pym as Ant-Man. I guess it could technically be Scott Lang as well, because they wore the same costume at first. I think this body's a little bit too skinny. If it was Hank Pym, Scott Lang, maybe it'll work, but even then. And this is actually the only time the Pizza Spidey body has been used on an Avengers character. I mean, I guess you could count Spider-Man as an Avenger or Iron Fist as an Avenger, but that's a specific ant. Oh, actually, also the other black ant, so I'm a total liar. But anyways, for Ant-Man, I don't think this is a great choice of a body mold, so I'm gonna put him in C. It's not the worst, but it could be much better. Then we will go. We have Reilly Spider-Man, the first Reilly Spider-Man from the. Was it the Sandman wave? No. Was it the Sandman wave? Huh. Could be totally. I don't think it was Sandman wave. I think it was right. No, it wasn't Rhino. It was Scarlet Spider. Whatever wave he was in. I'm usually really good at this. I'm trying to remember. He was Absorbing Man wave. There we go. There we go. I like this way better than the new one. I think a lot of these regular Spider-Mans are going to go S tier because they had a lot of accessories, and I like Spider-Man being skinny and lean. I mean, Spider-Man's 5'10", 170 pounds. He's not really muscular. He's muscular, but he's not super like bulky. That's how I prefer my Spider-Man. So a lot of these Spider-Mans are going to go S tier. Even the ones I don't personally like have or want to collect in my collection. But anyways, moving on. Here is, let's just pick another Spider-Man because a lot of them. Here's a Spider-Man that no one wanted. This black costume Symbiote Spider-Man from, what's the Spider-Man issue 800 or something like that. Going with the weird goggle things on his eyes. Execution-wise, I think he's okay, but figure that no one really wanted, so I think I'll put him in B. Just because, like, yeah, just he's not bad. He's just nobody wanted him, so nobody asked for this. And then let's just go we'll stick to Symbiote Spider-Man right now. We'll go with the Sandman Wave Symbiote Spider-Man, which I like a lot, but maybe not quite as much as Sensational Spider-Man. I think that's been Reilly was called, right? So I'll put him in A. This one's symbiote because it has the dots on his hands. The other black costume Spider-Man, not the weird goggle one, but the 2-pack one, which is right here, I'll put in the same level. Didn't have the black dots in the hands because that one was just a black costume Spider-Man, and the symbiote one is the Sandman Wave one, and yeah, those are both good. I wouldn't say they're great. They're kind of missing. Actually, the symbiote one had more hands than the 2-pack one did, but I don't know. There's just something that makes them not as good as the regular Spider-Man for some reason. But I do like the logo and stuff better on these ones than I do on the new retro one as well. So, yeah. Let's go for a Spider-Man villain. We'll go with Electro, who I thought was this is a costume no one wanted, and I don't think Electro looks that great on this body, but he's better on this body than he was on the retro Electro body, which uses the Spider UK body. But still, I think this is still a C tier usage of this body mold. So yeah, I'll put that there. Next up, we have another figure that uses the arms and legs from this body, but not the same torso. That's Mr. Fantastic. They invented this body mold for Mr. Fantastic. They created that new torso for Mr. Fantastic. And the first release of it, the Walgreens one, is probably the best because it has the interchangeable arms. I'd put it at S tier. I think that's a pretty good one. Most people enjoy that figure a lot. So, then we have, let's just go with the first normal Spider-Man. This is the Raft Spider-Man, it's my personal favorite Spider-Man figure, but he has nothing. He has no accessories at all. So he's definitely just A tier. Even though he's my favorite looking of all the Spider-Man figures we have, he's just has nothing additional to give you with this figure. So he'll just go A. And then we have Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly on here again. This is the original release from the Rhino Wave. It was improved upon with the retro release. So the retro one will go higher than this one. This one really was not bad. If you still own this one, you're not missing out by any means. But yeah, so that one will go B, and then the retro we'll put up here in S. Actually, we'll put it in A, because the retro, even though it's great, it is missing those wall crawling hands that the original one came with. The colors are better, but the accessories are not. So we'll go with that. Let's go an X-Man character, Iceman. Really fragile, really gummy, but I think that worked really well for Bobby Drake. It's just the figure itself is just, not great, like the actual quality of the figure. But the look of the figure is good, but the quality is less. So I'll put him in C for now. Now, now we're gonna go with Spider-Man 2099. This is the retro version, which I heard is very fragile and breaks really easily. So he can't get a high ranking just because of that alone. So I'll put him in C. It's basically the same thing as the original, except it has more accessories. But the original, more people tend to like the original one more because it's doesn't break for one, and it's more metallic and cooler color scheme. So the original one will go to A. Next we have We'll go Iron Fist. This is from a Doctor Strange wave. Um, Personally, I think this specific look for Iron Fist is really good on this body mold. He was drawn pretty skinny when he had this look. If it was his more classic style look, he'd be on a little bit beefier of a body, not super beefy, more like the 2099 Sunfire body mold. But for this body, I think he is really great. I'll put him in S tier. Next up will be Negative Zone Spider-Man, who's, for what he is, he's not bad. He could have had the painted web lines, though. I'll put him in B. Next, after that, I will go... Let's go Superior Venom, who is definitely bottom tier. If you've seen pictures of Superior Venom in the comics, he's very, very stylized in the way he's drawn, and this figure just does not represent this at all. He's much bigger and bulky, and yeah, this figure just doesn't do it for him. Honestly, if a customizer wanted to make a Superior Venom, I think the old Scorpion Venom figure would be a much better body usage for you for Superior Venom. So then we'll go to Pizza Spidey himself, who's clearly S tier. I mean, he's the originator of this body mold. One of the biggest issues with this body is that the legs don't really spread out very far. I've found ways to make it work to get the poses I want still. But anyways, Pizza Spidey here came with more accessories than any other usage of this body ever. It's a great classic Spider-Man. Highly recommend Pizza Spider-Man to anybody who does not have him. Then we'll go pull another Mr. Fantastic out. We got, the all-new, all-different Mr. Fantastic, who just had those stupid little long fingers. I mean, the figure looks good, and he has new feet, and then the same torso as the previous Mr. Fantastic. But yeah, not as good as the original Mr. Fantastic was. Then Speed Demon, who was really cool. I think that's a good body mold for a runner. And he came with Silvermane's head on a little remote control truck. Yeah, I'll put him in S tier. I think he's a really underrated Marvel Legend, to be honest with you. Then we'll go Spider-Punk. Who again is also a really good one, and that vest really helps hide the reuse and cool accessories for the character. I'm not a Spider-Verse person, but like that for the character that this is, it's a good figure for him. We have Lasher, who I feel like should have been on a Bucky Cat body, not a Pizza Spidey body. I'll put him in D. He looks cool. I like the colors, but he just seems a little small, and then I hate those tentacles they use for him. It just doesn't work very well. House of M Spider-Man would be really cool, but they made him really basic with the no accessories thing. I'll put him in B, but it's a cool look for Spider-Man, and it's a normal just Pizza Spidey figure for him. But yeah, just no extra accessories except for a web line, I think. So yeah. Then we have Professor X from the House of X wave, who is another look I really don't care for, but I mean, it's a generic looking, it's a really blank looking figure. And it's one of the only uses of this body mold that wasn't used on a Spider-Man character, so it's, interesting, but, probably just put him in A, because he has some really good accessories. So, then we have Black Ant, the Walgreens exclusive. Better of a usage than Hank Pym there, but still he had no accessories at all, and you could still find him on store shelves at some Walgreens throughout the country. But I'll put him in B. This Iron Fist, the shirtless Iron Fist, for some reason the skinny body bothered me more on the shirtless one than it did on the costumed one, so I'll put him also in B. Um, Here's the second release of Pizza Spidey in the retro wave with the lighter color scheme and less accessories. So he'll just go A. Um, and then here is the all new, all different Spider-Man from the 2-pack with Mary Jane. Came with a Peter Parker head, fully unmasked this time. For that look, uh, just A. It's not a look I particularly care for, and I can't remember if he had. I can't remember how many alternate hands he had, but I know he's supposed to. That's like a spider armor type of thing, and you can't. The comic, yes, is more drawn. It's barely armor, but I think his figure should be a little bit more metallic looking than the actual figure is. Then we have Vulture, who could have been an S tier, but those wings, how easily those wings fall out, and then he could have more lines drawn, painted on him. He could have been a really great figure. He's just an okay figure though, so I will put him in C tier. Then we have Big Time Spider-Man, Sharmus Prime's mascot. This one was not a letdown. I'll put him in S, even though it's a character I really don't, as a costume I really didn't care about for Spider-Man. It's it's has all the good hands, and it's a figure people were asking for a long time, so I'll put it up there. Then we'll go the newest figure to use the Pizza Spider body is gonna be Darwin, who not a big deal character at all. But honestly, I'll put him in S tier because he's drawn really skinny, and I cannot think of a body mold that'd be better for him than Pizza Spidey. So there we go. Then we have Wild Child from the first Age of Apocalypse wave, who I think is also really decent. The one I have has his ankle stuck really bad, but yeah. I'll put him in A tier because I think he could have actually. I'll put him in B tier. I think he could have been technically a little bit shorter, but I mean, it's fine as he is. I mean, he's all. You can get him into some cool, crazy poses with those butterfly joints and stuff. Then you have Mr. Fantastic from the retro wave, who is not gonna beat this Mr. Fantastic, but will beat this one. He'll go and beat an A, because he has the alternate arms and jacket accessory. So, like that works for him. Then we have the leader who uses the Mr. Fantastic torso, but the Pizza Spidey arms and legs, just like Mr. Fantastic does. I'll put him in B because he's, just basic. He's good, not great. He's just there. He's good. And then we have our final S tier. We have Nightcrawler, who also has a new torso because he has the shoulder pads and all that stuff that Nightcrawler has. And then, different feet and different hands. Technically, a different like crotch piece too because of the tail they had to add on there. But lots of heads and then good accessories. Nightcrawler is definitely a good Pizza Spidey reuse. So there's my ranking. Let me know in the comments below. This one was a lot faster than most of my other tier ranking videos. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I do plan to do more of these in the future. And stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching.